I had taken my kids to swim at Andy Alligator's Water Park in Norman, and someone broke into my car, took my garage door opener, found my driver's license, decided to drive back to our house and take what they wanted while we were gone. I came home and could tell maybe something was not quite right because the garage door was open. At first I thought, oh, everything's fine, I don't see anything wrong. And then I went into my bedroom and it was just stuff everywhere. They'd emptied drawers out onto the bed and knocked over furniture, and I noticed my jewelry box was missing. The main thing was my grandmother's wedding ring. She got that whenever my grandparents had been married for about 4 years before he could afford to buy her a ring. And she left it to me when she passed. And it's just something that's irreplaceable. And my husband and I were very young when we got married, and we couldn't afford a ring either. And so my grandmother's ring was my wedding ring when we got married. And after we graduated college, which was about 4 years later as well, for us, he bought me a ring. They took that one too. So those rings, they weren't worth very much. You know, we were poor families when we bought them. They weren't worth very much at all, but they just mean a lot to us sentimentally, because they represent, you know, all those years of our marriage, and you know, that similar story that we had with my grandparents, and you know, so that one hurts to lose. My oldest daughter, she said, I can't believe they made my mom cry. My mom's a strong woman and she hardly ever cries, and they made her cry over these rings, so I am mad. And they they kind of were being real protective and stuff, you know, over the last few days, and they've been so sweet, and they've gone to their room and scoured for any little bits of like costume jewelry that they've had over the years. They've been making me loom band bracelets like crazy to try to make me feel better, and here's, you know, take my jewelry, Mom, here, you know, here you go. So they're you know, they're crushed too, and they knew that those rings were going to go to them someday, because we had talked about that. I told them the stories about these rings, you know, from as little as they could, you know, from when they were young and they could understand, and so they knew that those rings were going to go to them someday, and I think that kind of made them sad too.